Hey friends, if you're feeling inspired to start an herb garden, maybe for kitchen or medicinal use, you might want to consider oregano. It's a great herb that's very flexible for both purposes, and it's easy to grow, easy to harvest, and fun to use.
This is just the first of our 2025 harvests because there will be many. We have such a big patch, and these are just so prolific and such great growers.
Yes, it's really easy to grow oregano. It grows prolifically in the spring, and it's not a cold weather plant per se, but it also doesn't like the really hot summer. So really the sweet spot is about a month into the growing season after the frost. It starts coming up like this, and you can just smell the oils in it. The best time to harvest these is in the morning, probably right after the dew, but before the sun starts hitting them. And the oils are really strong at those times. And
didn't you say something about before it blossoms? Years ago when he taught me how to do this, he was saying before the blossoms come out, this is at its peak.
Right, well, because plants only can do basically one thing well at a time. So if they're propagating themselves, making flowers or making seeds, they're putting all their energy into that. But before that happens, they're putting all of their energy into growing their leaves and the oils that are in them. So for us, middle to late May is when they're at their peak of the year because the weather is good, the mornings are warm, but they haven't gotten to the point where, like in June, they've started to flower. And when they start to flower, they're now focusing on propagating themselves for next year.
We think this oregano patch is about 5 years old because oregano is perennial and it spreads.
It's expansive, and this is a pretty big patch, but it's not aggressive, and it's certainly not invasive. You look at it and you think, okay, 5 years, this is manageable. And I never expected maybe that it would get over to our asparagus area here. But the nice thing about oregano is that it's shallow rooted, and because it's shallow rooted, you can really plant other things among it if you want to. It's very easy to dig up though and keep in one spot, even though again it's expansive. It likes to get big, but because of that is a lot of it here, which is good for us.
Yes, and one last really cool thing about this plant, it is almost indestructible. Last summer was a bad drought. We just had a long, very hot, very dry period, and all of this turned black. It was so sad, but all of it came back. Like a couple months later when the rains came back, all of it came back, and I'm thrilled.
It's very hardy. It's a perennial. For us, it's almost evergreen. I think it just dies off a little after Thanksgiving and then comes back really early on, even before the last frost in the spring. So in a sense, because of that, we can almost consider we can pick it fresh most of the year. We're harvesting now fresh, and Heidi loves to use oregano in some of her recipes fresh, but we also use it dried, and so we have so much of it that it comes due at once. We'll dry. You're probably wondering what I'm doing here. These are actually bouquets or sachets, what do you want to call them, and I wrap them up with a twine or a rubber band and hang these in a place like the garage or an attic or in my barn, and you just hang them upside down. It's just a dry place out of the rain and out of the sunlight. And after you're done drying these for a couple of weeks, those leaves will get all crispy, and you can just crunch them up into a container and put them on the shelf for later.
Now, if you want them done immediately, there are a couple other ways that we do it as well. We have a regular electric oven, and if we put it at the lowest temperature, we can dry the leaves that way on a cookie sheet. Or I have a sun oven, which is wonderful. I love it. I can put them in a cookie sheet inside the sun oven, outside, and it'll be done in several hours. I just want to keep checking it to make sure that it has removed all the moisture from the leaves and it is just really dry and crunchy, like what he said.
One really great thing about our oregano is because it's shallow rooted, it will transplant very easily. And I usually find just a corner or an edge where it maybe has grown into a place that I don't want it. And I just can very easily pull a whole section out, basically by the roots. So I have a root ball here. get this, you can't really hurt the plant. See how big that is? I can actually split that into a couple and then put it in the pot. It's actually too big for the pot. There we go. And that can be planted somewhere else. You can give it to family members or friends. If you plant it a little bit more permanently, you could even sell them. But this is a plant that will easily transplant into a different garden.
This is all ready for the next step. So we're gonna wash it, and then we're gonna dry it, and then I'm gonna store it away. I mean, this is all I have left. So
really easy to harvest. Look at that.
Yeah.
Just like that.
So we really got to get this done, because I can. Oh, what you just did there, I can really smell it. Wish you were sitting right here with us. It's so pungent and aromatic, and that's why this is my favorite herb to cook with, honestly. You're probably no stranger to oregano if you've been cooking for a long time, but I just would say that this is probably my favorite go-to formula, like 1 teaspoon of oregano in everything I make. All the soups, put it on my roast before I slow cook it, or put it on the pizza that I bake every week. Oh, just delightful. So that's certainly not the extent of what you can do. I bet there are some really interesting and unusual things that people do with oregano beyond the normal. So if you do something different with it, put it in the comments below. I'd be super interested in learning more about it.
Well, of course, food is medicine, right? We believe that your food is your medicine, and putting oregano on your recipes is enjoyable from a taste standpoint, but it also really helps your body. Oregano is anti-inflammatory, it's antimicrobial, it's antifungal, antioxidant, and what did I miss? Antibacterial. It's all the antis.
I knew that.
Yeah.
There's a big 5,
That's
so
right.
you got them all.
The anti-inflammatory is the big magic one, though, because we believe that all sickness and disease comes from some sort of inflammation in your body. And if you can get a handle on inflammation and you can fight that with various things that you eat or you put in your body, then that is really a winning formula for being healthy, for sure. So, medicine, you can do tinctures with your oregano. You can just take it in powder form. Sometimes I'll mix the powdered oregano really fine with a mortar and pestle, and I'll mix it with dandelion root, and that becomes a very good digestive aid. Oregano is great for the digestion, the digestive system, and if you vaporize it, put it in vaporizer, you can actually get the benefits in your respiratory system by breathing that steam or that moist air, and that's really good for your body as well. It is a very strong oil, because that what you were touching there and smelling, that's the oil from the leaves and a little bit from the flowers, but those are the oils that are the medicine, and they can be really strong and potent. And so you have to be careful not to use too much. And a tincture, because it diffuses throughout the alcohol, that's probably a good way to go. If you're putting it in your food, I think that just tasting strong oregano and saying, whoa, that's too much, it's probably a perfect way to regulate your culinary, amount of oregano. But just different things you can do there, and it's very great for you, anti-inflammatory for sure, and easy to grow.
Yes. So if you've never grown it before, give it a shot this year. It's really easy, and it will spread for you. And we would love for you to let us know if you have any questions at all about the process. But good luck to you, and have a great day.